Good evening, Richard Eve. Well, I'm just going to get straight into it. Brie Larson has started a new YouTube channel to very little enthusiasm as far as I can gather. Okay, she's not my bag, but we've been spending a lot of energy kind of taking the piss out of celebrities and what they've been doing during the lockdown period. And I'm not sure it doesn't seem particularly fair. I mean, these are people who make a living from being publicly platformed, from being on, from being public entertainers, right? And they're just trying to carry on doing their job. They're just looking for something to do. I mean, if you saw a plumber or electrician whose income was affected by lockdown and they were doing YouTube bits to kind of drum up, to try and promote themselves, you wouldn't point at them and go, look at you, look at you trying to work, So, we've got bigger fish to fry, that's stupid. It's stupid. I mean, they got to do something. And ultimately, the criticism seems to come from people who are engaged in exactly the same thing that they are, which is self-promotion. That's what I'm doing here. This is a self-promotion endeavor. So, I mean, all right, some bad stuff has come out of it. I think the world could probably live without Gal Gadot's Imagine-a-thon. But I'm not going to bring them down. What are you going to do? In other news, Jordan Peterson has made his first public appearance since, I believe, last autumn 2019, on his daughter's YouTube channel, and I'll give a link to that below. It's not easy viewing, but those that may be interested will want to know. What his family has been through in the last year or so has been beyond awful, and it's really good to see that they might start to be coming out of hell. I'm sure I'm not alone in looking forward to his return to the fray at a time when it would seem his extraordinary skills as a communicator of psychology are very much called for. So, on a lighter note, or maybe not, PR for particles. In a recent video with his brother Brett, the physicist Eric Weinstein bemoaned the fact that we can't seem to remember the types of fundamental particles. And yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. Mostly we can't. For those of you that are interested, he's referring to the two basic types of fundamental particles, well, fundamental so far, which are fermions, which relate to matter and antimatter and such, and bosons, which are the things that give matter property, such as mass. He says, and I'm paraphrasing, why is it so easy for us to remember the names of the Beatles, but yet people come to my lectures and conventions with a thirst for exotic questions, and they don't even know the names of they don't even know the basics? Well, I would say there's a problem. There's a PR problem there, right? So if I tell you the names of the Beatles, if I say John, Paul, George, and Ringo, then you immediately picture their faces, right? And you have a little play in your mind, tracing the arc of their careers. It goes straight to your storytelling instinct, right? If I say the word fermion, not so much, especially if you're slightly kind of dyslexic and more sort of abstract image based, like I am. So they need a makeover. We need to give them characters. You could have like Franny Fermion and Betsy Boson, like that was that cartoon in Jurassic Park, the Mr. DNA, right? I mean, yeah, okay, but I remembered it. I remember the little wormy guy, and I remember the sort of the little basics. I mean, obviously, none of that's going to really help you in a career in biology by itself, but it's a place to start, and maybe we could together, if we work at it, we could make fundamental particles household names, and help Eric Weinstein to feel better, a link to their discussion below, which is long but loads of fun. Just a little roundup then for this week. Next week, Hamilton. Thank you for listening, watching, whatever it is that you've done to this. You might have it on in the kitchen. It's probably come on by accident because you haven't searched for it. In which case, hi, click like, please like me. I'm mostly nice, I would say. Yeah.